Have you ever felt nervous at an airport? Your heart beats fast. Your hands feel cold. You stand in line. You look at the check-in counter. A person is waiting there. They will ask you questions in English. What will you say? Will you understand them? Will they understand you? If this is you, do not worry. You are not alone. Many English learners feel scared at airports. But today, I want to help you. I will tell you my story. It is the story of my trip, my check-in experience, and the simple words you need to know. My name is Emma. I am 25 years old. I live in Toronto, Canada. Today, I am going on a trip. I am going to visit my sister in New York. In this video, I will take you with me to the airport. I will show you everything. I will show you what happens at check-in. I will teach you the words, the questions, and the answers, all in simple, slow English. If you listen until the end, you will feel ready. Next time you go to an airport, you will know what to say. You will feel confident. Before we start, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel. Your support helps more English learners around the world. Are you ready? Let's go to the airport together. It is 6 a.m. The alarm on my phone rings. Beep, beep, beep. I open my eyes. I am in my bed, in my small bedroom. I feel excited. Today is a special day. Today, I am going to the airport. Today, I am flying to New York. Let me tell you about myself again. My name is Emma. I am 25 years old. I am from Canada. I live in Toronto. Toronto is a big city. It has tall buildings, busy streets, and a beautiful lake. I work as a graphic designer. I design logos and websites for small companies. I like my job, but today I am not working. Today I am taking a vacation. I get out of bed. I walk to the bathroom. I wash my face with cold water. I look at myself in the mirror. I say to myself, Emma, you are ready. You know what to do at the airport. Don't be nervous. I go to the kitchen. I make a cup of coffee. The coffee is hot and strong. I drink it slowly. I also eat a piece of toast with butter. I am not very hungry. I feel a little nervous, but also excited. This is normal before a trip, right? Now I need to check my bag. Yesterday, I packed everything. I packed my clothes, my shoes, my toothbrush, and my laptop. But today, I need to check again. I open my suitcase. Inside, I see 3 t-shirts, 2 pairs of jeans, 1 dress, my sneakers, and my phone charger. Everything is there. Good. But wait, I need something very important. I need my passport. Where is my passport? I look on the table. I look in my bag. I look in the drawer. Ah, there it is. My passport is in my backpack. I also have my boarding pass on my phone. My flight number is AC205. My flight leaves at 10:30 a.m. I need to be at the airport at 8:30 a.m. That gives me 2 hours before my flight. 2 hours is good. It is not too early, and it is not too late. I look at the clock. It is 7 a.m. now. I need to leave my apartment soon. I put on my jeans, my comfortable t-shirt, and my jacket. It is October, and Toronto is a little cold in the morning. I also put on my sneakers. Sneakers are good for traveling. They are comfortable for walking in the airport. Before I leave, I check one more time. Passport? Yes. Boarding pass? Yes. Suitcase? Yes. Backpack? Yes. Keys? Yes. I am ready. Now I want to hear from you. Think about your last trip. Did you travel by plane? Where did you go? Pause the video now. Say out loud, I traveled to. Or if you never traveled by plane, say, I want to travel to. Did you say it? Good. Traveling is exciting, and speaking English makes it easier. I close the door of my apartment. I walk down the stairs. Outside, the air is fresh. The sky is blue. It is a beautiful morning. I call a taxi on my phone. The taxi arrives in 5 minutes. I put my suitcase in the trunk. I sit in the back seat. The driver asks me, "Where are you going?" I say, "To the airport, please. Toronto Pearson International Airport." He smiles and says, "No problem." We drive through the city. I look out the window. I see people walking to work. I see buses and cars. I see coffee shops opening their doors. Toronto is waking up. But I am leaving. I am going to New York. I am going to New York. I see my sister. Her name is Sophie. She lives in Brooklyn. I miss her. We talk on the phone every week, but I have not seen her in 6 months. I am very excited. After 30 minutes, the taxi stops. We are here. We are at the airport. I see the big building. I see the signs. I see people with suitcases everywhere. This is it. This is Toronto Pearson International Airport. I pay the driver. I say, "Thank you." He says, "Have a good flight." I smile and say, "Thank you, I will." I take my suitcase and my backpack. I walk toward the entrance. The automatic doors open. I step inside. The airport is big. It is very big. There are so many people. Some people are walking fast. Some people are sitting and waiting. Some people are looking at the big screens. The screens show flight numbers, times, and gates. I look at the screen. I find my flight. AC 205 to New York. Departure 10:30 a.m. Gate B23. Status on time. Good. My flight is on time. That is good news. But first, I need to check in. I need to go to the check-in counter. This is the part that makes me a little nervous. But I know what to do. I learned the words. I practiced at home. I am ready. I walk through the airport. My suitcase rolls behind me. The wheels make a soft sound on the floor. Click, click, click. I look around. There are so many counters. There are signs everywhere. Some signs say departures. Some signs say arrivals. Some signs say check-in. I need to find the right counter. I need to find the Air Canada counter. That is my airline, Air Canada. I walk slowly. I read the signs. I see counters for different airlines. United Airlines, American Airlines, WestJet, and finally, Air Canada. There it is. I see the Air Canada logo. It is red and white. There are many counters in a long row. Some counters have long lines. Some counters have short lines. I look for the shortest line. I find one. There are only 3 people in front of me. Good. I stand in line. I wait. I watch the people in front of me. A man gives his passport to the agent. The agent looks at it. She types on her computer. She prints something. She gives him a paper. He says, "Thank you." He leaves. Now there are 2 people in front of me. While I wait, I think about what I will say. I practice in my head. I will say, "Hello, I have a flight to New York." Yes, that is good. That is simple. I will say, "Hello, I have a flight to New York." I repeat it again in my mind. I feel more confident now. The line moves. Now there is only one person in front of me. It is a young woman. She has a big suitcase and a small bag. She talks to the agent. I cannot hear everything, but I hear some words. Passport, window seat, baggage. The agent smiles. She gives the woman a boarding pass. The woman says, "Thank you." She walks away. Now it is my turn. My heart beats a little faster. I take a deep breath. I walk to the counter. Behind the counter, there is a woman. She is wearing a dark blue uniform. She has short black hair and a friendly smile. She looks at me and says, "Good morning. How can I help you today?" I smile. I say, "Good morning. I have a flight to New York today." She says, "Wonderful. May I see your passport and booking confirmation, please?" I open my backpack. I take out my passport. I also show her my phone. On my phone, I have my booking confirmation. It shows my name, my flight number, and my seat. She looks at my passport. She looks at my phone. She nods. She says, "Thank you, Miss Carter. Let me check you in." She types on her computer. I stand there. I wait. I look around. I see other travelers. I see families with children. I see business people with laptops. I see old couples holding hands. Everyone is going somewhere. Everyone has a destination. The agent looks at me again. She says, "You are flying to New York, LaGuardia, correct?" I say, "Yes, that is correct." She says, "Perfect. Do you have any bags to check today?" I look at my suitcase. I say, "Yes, I have one suitcase." She says, "Okay, please place it on the scale here." There is a scale next to the counter. It is a big metal platform. I lift my suitcase. It is a little heavy, but I can carry it. I place it on the scale. The screen on the scale shows a number, 18 kilograms. The agent looks at the screen. She says, 18 kilograms. That is good. It is under the limit. I feel relieved. I was worried my suitcase was too heavy, but it is okay. It is under the limit. Now I want to ask you something. Have you ever checked a bag at the airport? Do you know how much your bag can weigh? Usually, for economy class, the limit is 23 kilograms, but it can be different for each airline. Always check before you travel. Pause the video now. Think about this. If you travel, do you prefer a big suitcase or a small bag? Say out loud, "I prefer a big suitcase," or "I prefer a small bag." Did you answer? Good. It is good to think about these things. It helps you prepare. The agent attaches a tag to my suitcase. The tag has my name, my flight number, and my destination, New York, LaGuardia, LGA. She says, "Your bag will go directly to New York. You can pick it up at baggage claim when you arrive." I say, "Thank you." She types more on her computer. Then she looks at me and asks, "Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?" I think for a moment. I like window seats. I like to look outside. I like to see the clouds and the sky. I say, "A window seat, please." She says, "No problem. I have a window seat available for you, seat 12A. I smile. I say, "Thank you. That is perfect." She prints my boarding pass. It is a small piece of paper. It has my name, my flight number, my gate, my seat number, and the boarding time. She gives it to me. She says, "Here is your boarding pass. Your flight boards at 10 a.m. at gate B23. Please be at the gate at least 30 minutes before departure." I take the boarding pass. I say, "Thank you so much." She says, "You are welcome. Have a great flight, Miss Carter." I say, "Thank you. Have a nice day." I walk away from the counter. I feel good. I feel proud. I did it. I checked in. I spoke English. The agent understood me. I understood her. It was not scary. It was easy. I walk away from the check-in counter. I hold my boarding pass in my hand. I look at it again. Gate B23. Boarding time 10 a.m. now. I look at my watch. It is 8:45 a.m. now. I have time. I have more than 1 hour. That is good. I do not need to rush. Now I need to go through security. Security is an important part of every airport. At security, they check your bags. They check your body. They make sure you are not carrying dangerous things. It sounds scary, but it is not. It is simple. You just need to follow the rules. I follow the signs. The signs say security with an arrow. I walk in that direction. I see a long hallway. At the end of the hallway, there is a big area with many lines. This is the security checkpoint. There are many people waiting in lines. Some lines are long, some lines are short. I choose a line that looks fast. I stand at the end of the line. I wait. While I wait, I look around. I see families with small children. I see business travelers with briefcases. I see young people with backpacks. Everyone is waiting. Everyone is patient. This is normal at airports. Waiting is part of traveling. The line moves slowly. Step by step, I get closer to the front. I use this time to prepare. I know what I need to do at security. I need to take off my jacket. I need to take my laptop out of my bag. I need to put everything in a bin. I learned this from my last trip. I am ready. Finally, it is my turn. A security officer looks at me. He is wearing a uniform. He says, "Good morning. Boarding pass and ID, please." I give him my boarding pass and my passport. He looks at them. He looks at my face. He compares my face to the photo in my passport. He nods. He says, "Thank you. Go ahead." I take my documents back. I walk to the security scanners. There are plastic bins on a table. I take one bin. I put my jacket in the bin. I put my backpack in another bin. I take my laptop out of my backpack. I put my laptop in a separate bin. I also take off my sneakers. I put my sneakers in the bin too. Now I am ready. I place all the bins on the conveyor belt. The belt moves. The bins go through a machine. The machine scans everything. It looks inside your bags with x-rays. It checks for dangerous items like knives, guns, or liquids. Now it is my turn to walk through the scanner. There is a big machine. It looks like a door. A security officer says, "Step forward, please. Arms up." I step into the machine. I raise my arms above my head. The machine scans my body. It takes only 2 seconds. Then the officer says, "Okay, you can go." I step out. I walk to the other side. I wait for my bins. They come out on the conveyor belt. I take my backpack. I take my laptop. I put my laptop back in my backpack. I put my jacket back on. I put my sneakers back on. I am ready to go. Security is done. I did it. It was easy. It was not scary at all. Now, let me ask you, have you ever gone through airport security? Did you feel nervous? Tell me in the comments. Write, "Yes, I felt nervous," or "No, I felt okay." I want to know your experience. I walk through the security area. Now I am in the departure zone. This is the part of the airport after security. This is where the gates are. This is where you wait for your plane. I look at the signs. I need to find gate B23. The signs say gates B1, B30 with an arrow pointing left. I walk in that direction. I pass many shops. I pass a bookstore, a coffee shop, a gift shop, and a pharmacy. The airport is like a small city. It has everything. I keep walking. I see gate B15, gate B17, gate 20. I am getting closer. Finally, I see it. Gate B23. This is my gate. This is where I will board my plane to New York. New York. I look around the gate area. There are many seats. Some seats are empty. Some seats are full. I find an empty seat near the window. I sit down. I put my backpack on the floor next to me. I look out the window. I can see the runway. I can see planes taking off and landing. It is beautiful. I love watching planes. I look at my watch. It is 9:15 a.m. now. I still have 45 minutes before boarding. I have time to relax. I take out my phone. I send a message to my sister Sophie. I write, "Hi Sophie, I am at the gate. My flight is on time. I will see you soon." She replies quickly. She writes, "Yay, I am so excited. I will pick you up at the airport. Safe flight." I smile. I am excited too. I cannot wait to see her. I miss her so much. I look around the gate area again. I see different people. I see a man reading a newspaper. I see a woman drinking coffee. I see a young couple taking a selfie. I see a little boy playing with a toy airplane. Everyone is waiting. Everyone is going somewhere. I hear an announcement. A voice says, "Attention passengers, flight AC-205 to New York LaGuardia will begin boarding in 15 minutes. Please have your boarding pass ready." My heart beats faster. 15 minutes. Soon I will be on the plane. Soon I will be flying to New York. I check my backpack one more time. I check my boarding pass one more time. Everything is ready. I sit back in my chair. I take a deep breath. I am calm. I am ready. I know what to do. I practiced. I learned the words. Check-in was easy. Security was easy too. Now boarding will be easy too. Think about yourself now. Imagine you are at the airport. You checked in. You went through security. Now you are waiting at the gate. How do you feel? Excited? Nervous? Calm? Pause the video and say out loud, "I feel excited," or "I feel nervous," or "I feel calm." Did you say it? Good. It is good to recognize your feelings. It is normal to feel different emotions when you travel. I hear another announcement. The voice says, "We will now begin boarding flight AC-205 to New York LaGuardia. We invite passengers in rows 20 to 30 to board first. Please have your boarding pass and ID ready. That is my group, row 12. I stand up. I pick up my backpack. I put it on my shoulder. I walk to the gate. There is a line, but it is not too long. I wait for my turn. I stand behind a tall man with a black suitcase. He shows his boarding pass. He walks through. Now it is my turn. The gate agent is a young man with glasses. He smiles at me. He says, "Good morning. Boarding pass, please." I give him my boarding pass. He scans it with a small machine. The machine beeps. He gives the boarding pass back to me. He says, "You are in seat 12A. That is on the left side. Have a great flight." I say, "Thank you." I walk down the jet bridge. It is a long hallway with windows on both sides. I can see the airplane outside. It is big. It is white with red stripes. I can see the Air Canada logo on the side. I feel excited. I am really going to New York. I reach the door of the airplane. A flight attendant is standing there. She is wearing a dark blue uniform. She has blonde hair tied in a bun. She smiles at me. She says, "Welcome aboard. Your seat is on the left side." I say, "Thank you." I walk down the jet bridge. It is a long hallway with windows on both sides. I can see the airplane outside. It is big. It is white with red stripes. I can see the Air Canada logo on the side. I feel excited. I am really going to New York. I reach the door of the airplane. A flight attendant is standing there. She is wearing a dark blue uniform. She has blonde hair tied in a bun. She smiles at me. She says, "Welcome aboard. Your seat is on the left side." I say, "Thank you." I step into the airplane. It is smaller inside than I expected. There are rows of seats on both sides. There is a narrow aisle in the middle. I walk slowly. I look at the numbers above the seats. Row 5, row 7, row 9, row 11. Finally, I see row 12. This is my row. My seat is 12A, the window seat. There is already a man sitting in seat 12C. That is the aisle seat. He is reading a book. I say, "Excuse me, I need to get to the window seat." He looks up. He smiles. He says, "Oh, no problem." He stands up and moves into the aisle. I walk past him. I sit down in seat 12A. I put my backpack under the seat in front of me. The man sits back down in seat 12C. I look around. I see other passengers finding their seats. I see a mother with a baby. I see a businessman with a laptop. I see a group of teenagers laughing and talking. Everyone is settling in. I buckle my seatbelt. I hear a click. The seatbelt is tight but comfortable. I look out the window. I can see the wing of the airplane. I can see the ground crew working outside. I can see other airplanes parked nearby. It is fascinating. A flight attendant walks down the aisle. She checks that everyone is sitting. She checks that everyone has their seatbelt on. She checks that all bags are under the seats or in the overhead compartments. She is making sure everything is safe. Then I hear a voice. It comes from the speakers above me. It is the captain. He says, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain Johnson speaking. Welcome aboard flight AC-205 to New York LaGuardia. We are expecting a smooth flight today. Our flight time will be approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes. We will be cruising at an altitude of 35,000 feet. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you for flying with Air Canada." I feel calm. The captain's voice is confident and friendly. I trust him. I am ready to fly. Another flight attendant appears at the front of the cabin. She begins the safety demonstration. She shows us how to fasten and unfasten the seatbelt. She shows us where the emergency exits are. She shows us how to use the oxygen mask if there is an emergency. She shows us how to use the life vest if we land on water. I watch carefully. Safety is important. After the demonstration, the flight attendant sits down. I hear the engine start. The sound is loud but steady. The airplane begins to move. We are moving backward. A small truck is pushing us away from the gate. Then we stop. The engines get louder. We start moving forward. We are taxiing. We are moving slowly on the ground toward the runway. I look out the window. I see the airport buildings getting smaller. I see other planes waiting in line. Everyone is waiting for their turn to take off. Finally, it is our turn. The airplane turns onto the runway. The engines get even louder. The airplane stops for a moment. Then, suddenly, we start moving fast, faster and faster. The airplane is speeding down the runway. I feel my body pressed back into my seat. The ground is moving so fast outside my window. And then, I feel it. The airplane lifts off the ground. We are flying. We are in the air. I look out the window. The ground is getting smaller and smaller. I see the airport. I see the city of Toronto. I see the buildings, the roads, the lake. Everything looks tiny. We go higher and higher. Soon we are above the clouds. The sky is blue, the clouds are white and fluffy. It is beautiful. It is magical. I never get tired of this view. Now I want to ask you something. Have you ever been on an airplane? Do you remember your first flight? How did you feel when the plane took off? Tell me in the comments. Write, I felt scared, or I felt excited, or I have never been on a plane. I want to hear your story. The flight attendant walks down the aisle again. She stops at my row. She smiles at me. She says, "Would you like something to drink? We have water, juice, coffee, and tea." I think for a moment. I say, "Water, please." She says, "Of course." She gives me a small plastic cup filled with water. She also gives me a small bag of pretzels. She says, "Here you go. Enjoy." I say, "Thank you so much." She smiles and moves to the next row. I drink the water. It is cold and refreshing. I eat the pretzels. They are salty and crunchy. I feel good. I feel relaxed. I am flying to New York. I am going to see my sister. Everything is perfect. The flight goes by quickly. I look out the window most of the time. I see the clouds below us. I see the sky above us. It is peaceful. It is quiet. The man next to me is still reading his book. Other passengers are sleeping. Some are watching movies on their phones. Everyone is relaxed. After about an hour, I hear the captain's voice again. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our descent into New York LaGuardia Airport. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. We will be landing in approximately 15 minutes. The weather in New York is sunny with a temperature of 18 degrees Celsius. Thank you for flying with Air Canada." I feel a little movement in my stomach. The airplane is going down. We are descending. I look out the window. I can see the ground now. I can see buildings. I can see roads. I can see cars moving like little toys. We are getting closer and closer. The airplane tilts a little to the left. Then it straightens. I can see the runway now. We are almost there. The wheels touch the ground. Bump. The airplane bounces a little. Then it settles on the runway. We are down. We landed. The engines make a loud sound as the airplane slows down. We are moving slower and slower. Finally, the airplane stops. We are here. We are in New York. I hear the passengers around me. Some people clap. Some people say thank you. Everyone is happy. The flight was smooth. The flight was safe. We arrived. The airplane starts moving again. We are taxiing to the gate. I look out the window. I see the airport buildings. I see other airplanes. I see trucks and buses moving around. Everything is busy. New York LaGuardia Airport is a busy place. After a few minutes, the airplane stops. We are at the gate. I hear a beep. The seatbelt sign turns off. Everyone stands up at the same time. People open the overhead compartments. They take out their bags. They stand in the aisle. They wait to get off the airplane. The man next to me stands up. He says, "Have a nice day." I say, "Thank you, you too." He walks down the aisle. I wait for my turn. I stand up. I take my backpack from under the seat. I put it on my shoulder. I walk down the aisle. I walk toward the front of the airplane. The flight attendant is standing at the door. She smiles at me. She says, "Thank you for flying with us. Enjoy your time in New York." I say, "Thank you, have a great day." I step off the airplane. I walk through the jet bridge. I walk into the terminal. The terminal is big and bright. There are signs everywhere. I follow the signs that say baggage claim. I walk down a long hallway. I go down an escalator. I reach the baggage claim area. There are several baggage carousels. Each carousel has a number. I look at the screens above the carousels. I find my flight number, AC205. It says carousel number 3. I walk to carousel 3. There are already many people waiting there. They are watching the carousel. Bags are starting to come out. One by one, suitcases appear on the moving belt. I wait. I watch. I see a red suitcase. I see a black suitcase, a blue suitcase with stickers. Then I see my suitcase. It is gray with a purple ribbon tied to the handle. I tied that ribbon so I can... I walk closer. I walk closer. I grab my suitcase. I pull it off the carousel. I check the tag. It has my name, Emma Carter. Yes, this is my bag. I am ready. I have my backpack. I have my suitcase. I have everything. I walk toward the exit. I walk through the automatic doors. I step outside. The air is warm. The sun is shining. I am in New York. I am really here. I look around. There are cars and taxis everywhere. There are people hugging. There are people waving. Everyone is meeting someone. I look for my sister. Where is she? I take out my phone. I see a message from Sophie. It says, "I am here. I am wearing a red jacket. I am near the taxi stand." I look around. I see a woman in a red jacket. She is waving at me. It is Sophie, my sister. I smile. I wave back. I walk toward her. She runs to me. She hugs me tight. She says, "Emma, you are here. I missed you so much." I hug her back. I say, "I missed you too, Sophie. I am so happy to see you." She takes my suitcase. She says, "Come on, my car is parked nearby. Let's go home. I made dinner for us." We walk together. We talk, we laugh. I feel happy. I feel grateful. My trip was easy. My check-in was easy. My flight was easy. Everything went well. And now I am with my sister in New York. Before we finish, I want to talk to you. I want to remind you of something important. Traveling can feel scary. Speaking English at the airport can feel hard. But it is not impossible. You can do it. You just need to know the simple words. You need to practice. You need to be brave. Let me remind you of the important words you learned today. At check-in, you might hear, "May I see your passport?" "Do you have any bags to check?" "Window or aisle seat?" These are simple questions. You can answer them. You can say, "Here is my passport." "Yes, I have one bag." "Window seat, please." At security, you might hear, "Boarding pass and ID, please." "Arms up, please." These are easy. You can do this. At the gate, you might hear, "We will begin boarding soon. Have your boarding pass ready." You just need to listen. You just need to follow the instructions. On the airplane, you might hear, "Welcome aboard. Would you like something to drink?" You can say, "Thank you. Water, please." These are simple phrases. These are beginner phrases, but they are powerful. They will help you travel. They will help you feel confident. Now, it is your turn. I want to hear from you. I want you to practice. In the comments, write a short sentence about your travel experience or your travel dream. You can write, "I want to travel to Paris," or "I traveled to Mexico last year," or "I am nervous about flying, but I want to try." Write 1 or 2 sentences. Use simple English. Do not worry about mistakes. Every sentence is progress. Every word is learning. I will read your comments. I will support you. We are learning together. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it helped you. I hope you feel more confident now. If you liked this video, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your friends who are learning English. Your support helps us create more lessons for learners like you. Remember, you are not alone. Many people are learning English. Many people feel nervous at airports, but with practice, with patience, and with courage, you can do it. You can speak English. You can travel the world. Safe travels, my friend. I believe in you.